Hey guys, so I was in the mood for some blueberry muffins this morning and I was making them for the kids. And so, if you want to know how to make these delicious homemade, super easy blueberry muffins, keep watching. So, you start with all the ingredients as you see here. So, I'm going to use eggs in this recipe, but you can also make them vegan by using flax. And I will show you that when we get to that part. These are all the ingredients. I'm using almond flour, eggs. You're going to need a lemon, fresh blueberries or frozen blueberries. Make sure they're organic. Some baking powder, salt, vanilla, and a little bit of milk. And also olive oil. I get this one from Trader Joe's. It's a really, really good olive oil. So that's going to go in there as well to make these muffins this morning. So there's my almond flour, 2 cups, 2 eggs. And like I said, you can make a vegan option or you can use eggs. And so I make sure I get pasteurized eggs from the store. Pasture raised eggs. And look how dark and orange they are. That's because those are chickens that aren't caged and they are raised in the pasture. Or I go get them from a local farm. This is my olive oil. So I did 2 eggs. I put in 4 tablespoons of olive oil in there, and there is a teaspoon of baking powder. If you use the double acting, if you don't, then all you need, you need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I put salt in there to taste, and this is my sweetener. So this is the sugar alternative. I just mixed it with a little bit of water so it's more liquidy. That way I get a good consistency in there. So I put about 1/4 cup of the sweetener and mixed it with water. So these are sugar-free muffins. So these are completely guilt-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, and they can also be it can also be vegan. Put some vanilla in there, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And this is the key here. You got to put some lemon zest in there. It's going to bring out the flavor of the blueberries. So all I'm doing here is grating the skin of the organic lemon so it's washed and clean. And I'm just going to grate the skin all around. And I'm terrible with measurements. I don't usually measure anything. I just pour because I cook with my senses and I don't use measurements. But I guess it's about 1.5 tablespoons of lemon zest. Then that is a tablespoon of the fresh squeezed lemon juice. Okay, that's what the batter looks like so far. And then I put the blueberries in there again. I do not measure. It's about 3/4 of a cup of blueberries. And I put those in there. And so be careful when you put those in there because the blueberries are soft. And so you just want to mix them around very, very gently. Just fold them in so they don't burst. If they do, so what? You have purple muffins. That's fine because that's the blueberries. So just fold them gently. I like to put a lot of blueberries, so. I'm going to use a little bit of coconut milk. This is a thick coconut milk. I'm just putting this in here just to loosen the consistency just a little bit. I actually put a little bit of water in there too, just to loosen the consistency because you want the consistency to be loose enough so that it kind of slides off of the spoon when you put them in the muffin tray, and you'll see that in a minute. But I just put some milk in there. If I were to measure, I would say I put about 3 tablespoons of milk. Here, I'm just oiling the tray. These are worn trays, but it doesn't matter because I'm just oiling the trays because I'm going to put parchment paper in there anyway, so the mix is not going to go directly in there. This tray is kind of beat up. Then I'm going to put parchment paper in there, and I'm oiling it because the parchment paper sticks to the oil when I put it in there. So the parchment paper that I have comes in a sheet, so I just cut them so that they fit into the muffin tray. See, it kind of sticks there. And then I just spoon it out. And so you see, it's still a little stiff, the batter. It doesn't slide, very well off of there. So what I did, I went back and I put a little bit more milk just to loosen it up. So you can use almond milk, you can use coconut milk, whatever you want, whatever you have. And so I just do that for all of them. This ended up making a tray and a half. That's my first tray. It looks so good. And so I preheat the oven to 375. And I cannot tell you how long I left them in. I cook with my senses. So when I smell them, they're done. And that's how they look. They pulled off a little bit. And these are so good. The lemon really, really does it. And so these are our muffins. Kids love it. If you want to make it even more nutrient packed, you can add some hemp seeds in there for some added protein. Those are our muffins. I hope you liked the video. And let me know if you make them. Let me know how they come out. All right. So see you next time. Peace.